a lot of people will say, why do we even live if we let go of all the pleasures of our life? And here's my reply to that. Be conscious. Don't let go of the things that truly matter to you. Maybe owning a designer handbag is very important to you. Maybe getting a mani pedi is important to you. So save for those, but just don't keep buying them on credit card because the interest rate on credit card is huge, and if you don't pay them on time in full, then you will see how much it accrues every month, and this is a big like trap you can get into. So avoid that at all costs. Living a life of luxury is not a problem. If you cannot afford it, then it becomes a problem. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Parul. I'm an economist by profession and I love teaching people about personal finance. Today, we are talking about saving money and being a little bit more responsible for our financial future. I have been on a journey to cut back on unnecessary expenses, and there are some changes both my husband and I have made in our daily habits that has helped us achieve the financial freedom earlier than we thought. So grab a pen and paper or open Notes app in your phone because you don't want to miss out on any of these tips. The biggest change that me and my husband have made in the past few years is to automate things. We follow a modified simple 50-30-20 rule, which we have changed to 45-25-30. We are spending 45% of our income on essentials like housing, food, utilities, 25% of our income on wants such as eating out, entertainment, vacations, and 30% on saving and investing for our future. What we do is start from the back, meaning we will get the money taken out from our paycheck, which is the 401k plan. So our investment is taken care of for our retirement, and obviously we will contribute to the maximum limit. And then from our net paycheck and other passive income sources, we would automate 20% of our total income in savings and other investment before we spend on anything. So this principle in finance theory is called pay yourself first. Now with careful planning and by God's grace, we have more than enough saved for emergencies. That is a separate savings bucket, and the rest would just go for specific saving buckets that we have. It could be for any category. For example, we do go to India every year, so we have a separate saving buckets for that. Then to travel within the US, and then we also have a savings bucket for home improvement and maintenance. And then any savings over that would go into taxable brokerage account for investment. I just made a detailed video on that topic recently, so make sure to check that out after you finish watching this video. Another change we made was we stopped paying to a financial advisor and now we stick to a basic target fund date and index fund investing. This is a simple dollar cost averaging principle that we follow, so we don't get swayed by the short-term market fluctuations. We are investing for the long term. Also, recently we both have educated ourselves on financial literacy. So this is helping us make better financial decisions. While there are many ways to save money, home, your education, the higher education, as well as car are the three big ones. And saving on these major expenses can significantly impact your finances. So when you are buying a car, it's a big decision, but it doesn't have to break the bank. When you buy an expensive car to just show it off, you also have to understand that it comes with a lot more repair and maintenance costs. So sometimes it makes sense to buy an economical car instead of leasing a luxury car so that you can save more money, especially in the first few years of your career. This is the time when you need to save and invest because you can reap the benefits of compounding. It is interesting that many people who are highly educated also don't know about the power of compounding, that time is the biggest factor when it comes to growing your wealth. So the earlier you start, the more wealthy you become. Of course, your contribution matters, but time plays a more important role because if you look at the formula, The T is in the exponent. So your savings and investments start growing exponentially as the years pass by. Okay, for the car purchase, if you can't afford a new one, you can also look for certified pre-owned options so that you have the peace of mind. And always negotiate the price. You would be surprised how much you can save with a little bargaining with your dealers. The next is the higher education. I know education is priceless, but it doesn't have to cost a fortune. The cost of university in America is huge, and it is a big burden because then people have to take student loans, and then in the first few years they just end up paying those. So encourage your kids to get good grades, or if they are in any specific sports or extracurricular activities, to try their best so that they have some scholarship or grant opportunity. Another way, which I know, which some of my friends have done recently, is that they enroll their kids in a community college for the first 2 years before transferring to a 4 year university. And of course, you can't overlook the online courses, which could be very flexible and affordable. So that's one option that I am also considering for my 14-year-old daughter. The next biggest expense is the housing cost. Whether you're renting or buying, house is a major expense. So make sure to research the neighborhood which has a lower housing cost. If the school is not an issue, or if you have the flexibility to work from home, you can also consider living with a roommate to split expenses if you're single. If you're buying a home, make sure to shop for the best mortgage interest rate. Right now, I understand that the mortgage rates are pretty high because of the inflation, that the central bank has been trying to cut it down for a while. So even if you do buy a house this year, make sure to refinance it when the rates fall. My husband and I bought our first house in 2010, but that time we didn't have 20% down payment saved, and we felt the extra payments we had to pay through the PMI could have been avoided. Anyway, with our second house, we understood that principle and we had enough money saved to cover at least 20% of our house payments, and this has been a good financial decision. I understand for a person, the house is the biggest status symbol. So make sure that you have 20% saved for down payment, and then only you make that big decision. I made a detailed video on this topic as well. So please check that one out. I will put the link in the description below. Okay, let's look at some other options to save money. One of the other main expenses is food. So if you could ditch the daily coffee visit to a coffee shop, it would be good. It's a very controversial topic, and some people say that what's the use of earning money that you can't even spend on things that matter to you? I'm not against that. What I'm saying is that if you buy a better coffee machine at home, that can save you a lot of money. To go and get a coffee from Starbucks or another coffee shop. Personally, I don't buy soda or any of those alcoholic beverages because I don't think they're very healthy, and they're very expensive also. Both me and my husband have cut down on outside eating also. I know there was a time when we would eat out lunch every single day because I was working in a consulting industry and my job was very hectic. I did not have time to cook lunch. But now, with a little careful planning, I make big batches of food. I freeze some of it. And I have another video on this topic, so you can check that out. And we have gradually transformed from eating 5 days outside to eating once or twice outside. So bringing it down is important. You don't have to cut it altogether if it doesn't work with your current lifestyle. Nowadays, with gratuities and tips being so high, if you're eating in a fancy restaurant, you can understand that 20% of that will go to the tip. So if it doesn't allow your budget, please consider that. The other thing that I have cut down recently is buying a lot of clothes and accessories, because now I question that, do I need a new outfit for every single occasion, or do I need that many purses or shoes? I usually would just use one purse, and I don't even change into shoes every day. So I feel that's a waste of money. And I think for one time purchases, like something that we use once or twice, it's not really worth it. In fact, I've donated a lot of my clothes recently because it reduces my mental fatigue of decision making of what to wear each day. And I can use that brain power on things that truly matter to me, like making these good YouTube videos or writing for my blog. I like to buy quality items and I have cut down on quantity. Now, the next step is also for women because we should start caring about our skin once we are over 30. But do you think all this expensive skincare product is worth it? There's so much craze on the internet about multiple step skincare because it's trending on TikTok and on other social media. But make sure to do your research and talk to the doctor if you have any specific condition, instead of just going and buying all sorts of expensive skincare. Another thing that I have cut down is to buy one time party items. I have two kids and I have thrown multiple birthday parties. And I'm not going to lie, I have a daughter who loves theme parties and she overspends on decoration. And I have to always remind her that this is not necessary if you're buying something that is only to be used one time. But recently I'm making it very conscious decision to cut down on those things that are just for one time use if I cannot use it again. So for example, if you have paper cups which are very themed for that particular birthday party, don't do that. Buy like more neutral colors that you can use, if you have some leftovers. And then you can have a little bit of decoration for the theme birthday, but don't go overboard. The next thing is cutting down on anything that is financed. In America, there is a trend of buy now, pay later. Stores want you to have that instant gratification of getting things you have been wanting without having the ability to actually afford it. For a very long time, both me and my husband now only buy things that if we have money saved for that in our savings account. And even if it's a big purchase like for a car or something else. So the next thing that I want to talk about is, if you are still saving money in a savings account, you're losing a lot on interest. So make sure to have your money saved in an FDIC insured high yield savings account. It gives you a lot more interest. So this is one decision that we have made, and it has given us a lot more interest over the years. And this is something that I thought I would share again. I also have another video on it, and I will put the link in the description for that. And it goes without saying that anything that you're not using, whether it's a gym membership or any type of store credit card that you've taken where you have to pay fees, it is a waste of money. So you could also do workout by just jump roping. You can do a brisk walk, 10 to 15 minutes a day. Yoga is my all-time favorite. I also have a channel which more talks more about healthy living lifestyle and homemaking. So I have a video on a 15 minutes yoga on that channel, so you can check that out. I will put the link in the description here. There are definitely less expensive ways to stay fit, and I'm all about fitness. Okay, this next thing that I want to talk about is for women. I remember when I worked in the full-time industry at my work, I would get the pedicure and manicure done every month. And now I no longer do it because I feel they're very expensive and they're not that good for your nails also, because they've all always painted, and especially the gel ones, the extensions, they're not that good for your nails. They make them very brittle. So now I would only do it on special occasion if I am, traveling or if there's any other party, but not every month. This is a small one, but I still thought I would mention it because whenever we travel, we get those souvenirs and they just clutter up spaces. So now I only get something small from each place that I've visited instead of buying too many things for each of us, like all these mugs and etc. So this is something that I have changed recently. And also for grocery items, I don't keep buying more and more things until I clear a lot of the things that I have in my pantry. And for this reason, I avoid going to Costco because you end up buying a lot more than you had planned. My husband is still struggling in this department because he loves Costco, and very often when he goes there he would get this huge watermelon, lots of fruits, etc., which we can't even consume, and sometimes they do go bad. So I always have to remind him of not to buy the big giant packs of something. So these are some of the tips that I have for you. You don't have to keep up with Joneses. Stick to your budget and you can do it. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more such tips. And I'll see you in my next one. Take care. Bye.